Okay, there we go. Now we're live. Let's go.
That is so shit. So, what is up, everyone? Hope you're having a great Sunday. I'm your boy Maiev here with Panda, Disco, and we got Binzy and Alex for today. We're going to be talking about more about Sanctuary. We'll also be doing crypto news and, as usual, our normal giveaways.
Yeah, Benzie unfortunately is not here with us in avatar form, but you should be able to hear. You should be able to hear Benzie talk whenever necessary. Let us know if you can hear us. Twitch chat. Can you guys hear us? Some I can't hear. I can't hear myself. So something. I don't know.
I can hear you. I'm hoping
Hopefully
everyone
everything
else
is
can.
right on the
Yeah.
stream. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody say anything in chat. That kind of scares me. That kind of scares me.
We can hear you clearly, Panda. Disco looks so clear now. This camera.
No, it's not Disco. It's
Camera looks so
Alex.
clear.
Alex looks clear. Like, look at Alex's camera quality.
Yeah. Bottom line.
I don't know. Everything looks good to
Alright.
me on OBS. I just don't see anybody say anything in the chat. But maybe they have the stream muted. Okay, maybe they have the stream muted. Maybe that's their problem and not mine.
The Plex is saying mic check. Don't
Yeah.
know if you can hear us. We're just winding us up.
It's working.
No, I think it's working. I
Sound
can.
is working.
Yeah, I could hear myself on the stream. I could hear Alex or Disco talking on the stream. So I think we are good.
It works.
All right, Disco. Start us off with the crypto news. What's been going on the past week?
Still a lot of just speculation. Binance had to come out and put out a statement. There was some speculation that they were going to be withdrawing from listing all US-based cryptocurrencies. That was reported by Bloomberg. They very quickly stepped out and denied that rumor, or CZ did directly. What that would actually mean is unclear, with a lot of cryptocurrencies being anonymously based or based in more regulatory friendly countries. Remains to be seen there. Potentially, I think XRP is the only one that really springs to mind, and some stable coins as well, which of course could be somewhat challenging for them in the form of USDC. Leads us on to, I guess, the topic of BUSD. There's been still previous speculation, and we discussed this on the previous stream as well, that around BUSD not being supported and what's going to happen with the future of that. What we do understand at the moment is that Paxos won't be minting any more BUSD from the 21st of September onwards, and they will still honor redemptions of BUSD into either USD directly or into their Paxos USD, which they will continue to offer as a product, stable coin. So we're still in the clear for a year, so to speak. So that gives us some time to really see how the market reacts, what plays out, where the cryptocurrency market volume moves to away from BUSD, whether or not any other regulatory action is taken against any other stable coins, which is also entirely possible still at the moment. It's unclear how the regulators wish to proceed forwards in the US, which does have quite a large dominance over the cryptocurrency market prices and a large user base. So we just need to kind of, unfortunately, they seem to be regulating through enforcement, which means that market participants don't really get clear guidelines as to, what the boundaries are and how they should be performing, and therefore just find out after the fact that actually they turn out to be non-compliant, because that's a determination taken somewhere, not in public. So that makes it challenging for market participants to then comply with regulations and actually show how willing they are to comply with regulations. That said, we have seen some, potentially quite intentional actions to skirt around regulations and in order to still continue to trade in terms of commingling of funds and also market making on Binance US by Binance themselves or an affiliated market maker party. So still, waiting to see how that truly plays out. These things do take a long time, usually for the ramifications to really come through. But for the time being, we're not immediately reacting. We are just continuing to watch the market, see what's going to happen, and then we'll take some actions and make those known to everybody at the time. Where, of course, on top of these, you would have heard us talking about all the various issues on crypto coin backing and potential foul play with some of these for quite some time now. So hopefully you're aware of all of these situations, and I guess the stream is always the best place to keep up with those. One other crypto piece of news of note, aside from Bitcoin's price hitting 25k, which I know Panda wanted to touch on in a moment, is that Collabland have announced a airdrop, and that is taking place on the 23rd of February. They are airdropping, I believe, to anyone who's kind of used Collabland, maybe check that out through official channels and DYAR and not financial advice and all that. But be interesting. I think it is quite interesting that they're launching a token. Clearly, there is a lot of greedy sentiment in the market. The indicators certainly suggesting that, which perhaps has brought us onto that 25,000 price, Panda.
Yeah, so Bitcoin still doing pretty well. I guess 2023 so far, a very good start to crypto. Bitcoin did very briefly hit just over 25k before dropping just a little bit. We are at, I believe, just about halfway between 24 and 25k. Ethereum also doing well. BNB climbing a little bit as well from the last time that we touched on this. A few weeks back, we did go around the room, ask everybody, what's going to be first? Is Bitcoin going to be at 25k, or is it going to be, what was it, like 15 or 16k? And I think all of us did, most of us did say that it was going to climb to 25k. So now it is time to ask the next question, guys. Will we see 20k or 30k first on BTC? Let's start with you, Alex. What do you think?
Same as last time I was here. It's kind of in the 50-50, but gun to the head, I would say that it's gonna get rejected from this level.
Okay.
But yeah, markets can be unpredictable.
Definitely, for sure. Okay, so what about you, Maiev?
I'm pretty bullish with crypto in a year span, but for now, I'm saying it would fall down.
Okay, so you're saying 20k?
Yeah, around 20k. Then
You're saying
bounce
20k.
back.
Okay, cool. Disco?
I'm still of the view for 20k. However, I'm also quite aware that it may not be an entirely fair and reflective market. So it is entirely possible that it just defies facts. And don't know, we'll see.
But what would you have to say if a kitten's life was on the line? Would you say
20k?
20k. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's 20k.
Okay, sure. And what about you, Binzy, the voice of Binzy? What are you saying?
2K first.
2k? Oh boy.
Yep, 2,000. Yeah, 2K
2,000.
first.
Okay, so everybody here does not believe in Bitcoin. Honestly, I would say the same thing, but just to keep it interesting, you know what? I'll say we're going to 30k. Let's go 30k. I want to see it. Maybe we hit 300k before we hit 2k. Okay, well, I guess we'll revisit this in probably just a couple weeks' time. I think honestly, most of us probably expected us to trade the range for quite a while, but I think it didn't take that long for it to go over 25k, right? Wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't.
I was expecting it to follow the S&P, right?
Yeah.
The American markets. It kind of did that, and then it decoupled. That was surprising from my perspective.
Yeah, it did. I do remember seeing a day where it went up like 10%, and then the S&P was like kind of flat or a little bit red. So I'm not exactly sure what happened there. I thought there might have been like some news or something going on, but yeah, I guess who knows. Okay.
I feel like the resistance and psychological barrier of like 25,000, 30,000 didn't really matter anymore. We've surpassed 50k. So it's just random.
There was a confluence of moving averages and some resistances at 25k. So even though it's a psychological level, there was some significant and a golden cross. Yes, there was definitely a lot of activity at exactly 25k when it reached that level.
Golden cross.
Okay, so wait, I don't want to say that there isn't correlations. I don't want to say that there isn't technicals, right? Of course, but what I mean is that like, if you're a trader, you're gonna hold that 25 barrier really strongly. Like if it's the first time, you know that newer traders are gonna give up. You know you're gonna be able to win that battle. But like right now, I don't think you can win that battle. You're gonna give it up.
Okay, well, I guess it will remain to be seen. Let's see who is right. Everybody else? Or the panda bear? Or the panda bull, I guess. But yeah, okay. All right, Alex, I think it's your time to shine. Let me go ahead and pull up your screen, and then you can walk us through some more of the sanctuary levels. All right, you're good to go.
Sure. Thank you. So there's the screen share. I'll do an intro first, then I'll jump into exactly what we're looking at here. I'll try to focus on what has been worked on since our last presentation when we presented Fate Tree. So after playing around in Fate Tree in that particular level and moving about with the character, it became quite apparent, and Binzy suggested this as well, that the tree should be bigger, and that's why you can see this model that's 135 meters in width at its largest part, the trunk, and 260 meters in height. And this is actual real height because Unity uses 1 meter standard. This brought up a lot of challenges, and the first challenge that has been solved here was remodeling the entire tree as one element, even though it's really this big, even in Unity, and then sculpting it. That's why you can see all these veins and notches and crevices. Right? This should replicate the very old age of the tree bark that's on the outside, and it's also a necessity because you can't really use textures when it's a model of this scale. It's actually better to create details by actually sculpting the detail into the mesh itself. And so that once that step had been checked out, we moved the tree into Unity, and it became, I mean, you could see that the tree needs a little bit more details. It needs another layer of work added to it in order for it to work when you are a very small player on this temporary walk wooden platforms. These were put in place to actually make sure that the modeling was done right and it feels right when we're moving about with a character. So yeah, there was a decision made that this area should be completed a little bit later on because it requires a lot more work than the first version of Fate Tree. With that one, we could cut a lot of corners because the size allowed it to do that. But once we jump to this bigger size, it's 2.2 times bigger, 2.5 times bigger than the previous model. There are some things that need to be addressed, and yeah, we'll tackle those later on. That's when I moved to working on Bronze Sierras. I wanted to tackle the desert, more arid areas of the lore, because this would allow us to build large areas quite fast, areas that we can go through, we can actually test. And I said, let's pick an area that's easy to design, easy to put together, and we can actually build it on a larger scale, so we can actually test a level design. How does it feel to go from the start to the end? Do I feel lost? Right, we have a top-down view of the area, right? It's really easy to judge it just by looking from the top-down view, or like looking at a map. But it's completely different when you actually have a small character wandering around over here. So it's, as a result, these levels are not that pleasing. The renders are definitely not the quality that you were used to, not the quality we released so far. But they were just trying to show that we're currently building some play areas where the main focus is creating larger areas that you can actually start to feel them. How is it going to feel to wander around, tackle junctions, dead ends, if there are any, and different elements that Binzy will talk through a bit later. So yeah, this is a short preview of all the landscape created to guide the player to a path. Then with this image, I wanted to show that we're actually starting to build it, not just talk about it. You have a ridge, and when your character gets close to the ridge, you're gonna have a vantage point, and you can see what's happening on the lower areas. Over here, there's just for now, there's just some rocks in the distance, so there's another area there. It's another pathway, simple one, and there's a desert in between. But we were thinking it will be cool to actually give the player a preview of what would come in the next few levels, or it's close for sure, even in lore. Copper deserts, and copper deserts has some tribes, and those tribes have they're harvesting the power of the sun through some steampunk technologies. At least that's how I'm imagining it right now. And buildings and tents built inside of rocky faces, right? So that's what we're gonna try to build first. Something to look at from this passage. Higher top alleyways. And then with the same principle, took kind of the same models and ground, and try to build an indoor area, an area that should get lighting from the outside. So it's not necessarily a cave. It is a big cave with connecting passages, but the idea is that there is a way for the light to protrude in. So you're close to the surface, but you're somewhat underground at the same time. I would really like for these renders to be higher quality and the lighting to be better. But at the same time, I think that the few viewers and the few people that are here deserve a sneak peek into the back scenes. Right, so this is basically just a diversion, right? So there's two ways to get to the same spot, and when you have a break from clearing and killing stuff, you can actually take a look down and this pit that was designed in such a way to suggest that once an animal gets in here, it's gonna be impossible to get out. That's also to underline the the thing that's the way it's described in the lore. This is supposed to be an arid area where nothing else survives, and it's going to be really hard for the player to get through this area and survive this really harsh environment. And I think that this graveyard for big animals should suggest that. And before you reach this area, you're gonna see that there are a couple of smaller rocks that leave light to pass through them. This would be a suggestion that at one point in the future, there might be an access. There might be a way to access this pathway. And on the idea of areas that change, that the player can interact with and unlock or shorten paths, I'm gonna pass the torch to Binzy to better explain how this would work.
That is excellent, Alex. Thank you. So from here, I will share my screen and kind of walk you through what we want to share, at least monthly from now on. Let me try to do that. Alex, can you stop sharing yours and then I'll share mine?
Yes.
Let me know when you're screen sharing, Binzy.
Okay, yeah, let me try that.
I've stopped mine. Yeah.
Are we good?
Yes, we are good. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so as Alex was mentioning, we want to make the world vibrant and interesting, to have destructible environments so that you are always kind of unsure if there's something you can unlock, somewhere you could go, or something interesting you could do, as well as have abilities to kind of unlock that. Not just like, so there's mining, there's collecting herbs, there's these kind of standard things. We want to have the ability to have kind of like, I don't know, Terraria, you can have different things you can go through if you have different abilities. And so I've written that down. Actually, let's talk about that a little bit. So yeah, like we'll have challenge zones, right? So these are different zones with harder enemies that you could unlock if you looked for them. You might find them. There'd be progressive content. So as the ladder progresses, there might be some restricted areas that become unlocked. Let's say like per week, for example. And by the way, these are just some ideas that we've had. They're not like in stone. It's just we're thinking about how to make this world evolve and make it interesting. Some other things. Performance. Yeah, having some areas unlocked based on performance. So you might get a tip to go there if you're a high performing player, maybe. It might be like a DLC or something like this. Additionally, there might be some structures that are destructible. So once they're destroyed, then it will never be respawned within your world again. And materials for those that drop would be from specific structures of specific rocks, specific mountains, and those would be useful for recipes. So you might, for example, have this Sierra desert that Alex is showing. You might have destroyed everything there. So in your world, you've already gotten all Sierra materials, but you might want to go join somebody else's world or a friend's world or start a new world and then go do that again, right? So that you can get those specific materials. For example, shimmering shards from the end of time. Yeah, and there also might just be other things like you need to have like a certain ability, like swim or surf or something like this. Yeah, let me walk you through the Sierra Desert a little bit here. We're not normally going to do this, but I'm actually going to go straight to our script reference just because everybody's an early adopter here, and why not? So you start from, I'm going to jump to the middle here. You're in Alexis, and you're going to travel to Tabor through the deserts to the northwest. So you're over here. I don't know if you can see my Yeah, you can see my mouse. So you're at Alexis, and
Yep.
you're traveling north through here to the Copper Desert, down to Tabor, up through to Kidir, which is one of the main areas. Then you're going to go up here to Linden. So through here is a part of the Bronze Sierras, which are one of the most inhospitable areas. But surrounding that, there's obviously we have the Vera and some really interesting lore. So there's going to be a obviously Kidir is going to be one of the most populated Vera cities. It serves as a crossroad where the Vera conduct most of their foreign and collective businesses, and this is where they interact with outsiders. They build harbors, warehouses, banks, complex structures, guild halls. So this would be one of the primary areas for the guild halls and the massive guild citadel. So you got to go through the Bronze Heroes in order to get there. Yeah. Okay. So I'm actually going to open up the project. And again, we wouldn't normally do this, but here we go. So I'm actually going to run through here. So Alex has been working on this, and he's been using something called Unity and Microverse, which will give us the ability to change the world. So in a much easier way. So we're going to evolve the way that we do this, but we just want to have something that we can actually start to build this world and gather feedback and ideas, and actually play and battle monsters, right? So generally, Alex is going to be thinking of how to do this from a top-down perspective. Even if we end up going the route of something third party kind of Skyrim view, we still want to just design it in the best way we can from this perspective.
So right now,
And
are you
yeah,
actually
so you can see Alex
playing
is
through the
trying to get as
level?
much detail from a top level view as you can, while keeping still keeping it interesting from the background view, and having a playable area that we can actually battle and fight. I think I can actually just jump down here. So then, I believe before you get here, and I think this is just the staging area that Alex has, so he's just moving things around from over here. These are like templated stones, but I think like if you think of Diablo 2, Resurrected, whatever, you might have more like wide open areas. In some cases, you might have more narrow paths. In other cases, I think it's really going to depend. But for me, and Alex, generally, we're going to want to have roads that indicate like where paths that could lead to the next area. So this is just a staging area, so it's not here, but that might be what that looks like. Okay, so yeah, you can see these purple lines. These basically indicate the paths, and those can be updated a lot easier than in the past. So that's really going to give us a lot of flexibility for how we design these paths. If we want to extend them or close one of these off so that you have to break through it, things like this. So yeah, that was a bit impromptu, and I just wanted to give a quick rundown of that area for some context, and I will pass it to Alex if I missed anything.
Regarding the purple lines, one of the biggest advantages of the current workflow is the fact that it's really easy to change it, to change the path that the player should go through. This was something that was very hard to do, and we actually have an example, a very good example for this. There is one render that we already shared of an alleyway that's kind of narrow with a lot of vegetation on the sides. That was done with the normal Unity workflow, with the, let's call it standard. But in order to change the way that path, the direction of the path, for example, in order to change it or make it wider, it would require a lot of time because every single branch and stone was placed in there by hand. But as in contrast, in this area, there are like more than 1,000 stones placed by hand over here, but the way they were placed and the plugins that we use makes it a lot easier to change the entire design of the area, right? Elevation, angle of that area, whatever rocks that are around this path, they're kind of easy to shift around because how they were grouped and how we thought about it. That's one of the reasons why these areas doesn't really have a lot of details, right? You don't see, there's not going to be any barrels here because there's no civilization, but there's nothing interesting in here. There's just some cacti, and some rocks, right? But that's on purpose. That's because we want to have as few elements that we need to attend to until we have like a finished area, right? So that's a different approach. But I'm really happy that we found this combo of plugins. It's kind of hard to work with them, but the flexibility that it offers is amazing. Panda, I think you wanted to ask something.
Oh, I wanted to ask during the whenever when you were going through the level, if that was like actually playing it or if it was recording. But I think it did seem like you were actually like going through the level and actually playing it, right?
That was 100% live.
Yeah, it
I
was
can
live.
guarantee
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that was live.
Yeah, cool.
That's the idea. You actually hit play, and you're in there. And I'm locking the camera in a top-down view, and I'm making sure that everything looks fine, at least at a high level. There's no holes in there. There's no big problems with lighting, right? You can actually drop in some mobs in there, and you can actually start fighting. So yeah,
Okay, cool.
it's not as it's not as pretty as before, but it's way more useful for development and for getting to the end with this thing.
I thought it looked quite beautiful, if I do say so myself.
Thank you.
So Twitch chat, if you guys have any questions, or if you guys do see it on YouTube, I guess feel free to leave questions in the comments or the chat. Yeah, you guys have anything else to show, or is that gonna wrap up the level design presentations?
I'm good.
I plan on doing this more often, so I think that's all we'll show for now.
Sure. I think you did mention we try to do this maybe like once every month.
At least, yeah.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. I guess with that out of the way, I guess we hop into our Rune Evolution games, and that does lead me to just remind me that reminder Rune Royale, along with the end of the season for Evolution, is going to be next Sunday. It's been a bit since we had a Rune Royale, right? I feel like it's been a while. I guess there is quite a difference between 1 and 2 months.
Yeah, longer than usual. Be interesting to see whether the kind of leaderboard changes this time round, whether Chaos Smith can still kind of hold first place, or perhaps they're slightly out of practice, you know, not having that monthly tournament. Haven't been on stream for a week or so either. So yeah, we'll have to see who wins.
I think Chaos still has a good chance. He's still doing pretty well. I don't know. I've been having to chase him around the island. It's not that easy. I don't know.
Stay away from
you don't
the
get to
walls,
experience.
I keep telling you.
Well, you guys don't have to experience it. You guys aren't playing against him. You guys aren't trying to chase him down. I'm trying to chase him down every time. And it looks like he's already in Evolution. So everybody, let's get on North America 1 for our Pandemonium games. Chaos Smith looks like he's already in here, so he's ahead of the curve. Maiev, I'm so glad you're back. I don't have to be
So Panda.
the one setting up everything.
It was pretty tough last week.
All right.
Status of the server. Alright, so the round just began, so probably I'll just start that mode.
Asia, North America.
North America.
You guys should update your client. We no longer have those.
What?
I mean, if you start Evo, you're directed, you know, how to choose the servers, right? That's how it is now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if
I
you
guess I
log off
would have
your
known.
Yeah, if you use a new
It's
client, you go directly to NA.
Should we start now? And all right.
Yeah, it looks like it's Chaos and Sassy Boy and Disco Monk in here.
I'm trying to get in, but I'm not sure what the issue is. I'm stuck at the loading screen.
Maybe Maiev already turned on Battle Royale.
Let me. I have it not.
Hmm.
Let me try to disable Battle Royale because Pandemonium automatically enables it.
Yeah, try to see if you can get in now.
Hmm.
Still not working for you?
1 second. Or two. I mean, it's not a big loss. I have such a high ping, or I'm such a big noob that it's not. Yeah, I'm stuck in loading.
That's okay.
It's
Chaos
weird.
Myth
Last time it
has
worked.
2,375 ping right now.
My
Alright,
guess
so
would be
Oh.
that
Oh yeah.
the same issue that happened in Infinite got copied over to Evolution. So like when I redo these, I need to get rid of that chase something entirely.
Yeah, anybody else having trouble connecting?
I'll download.
All right. Let's just wait for Alice to come in, and then we'll start.
Alright. I don't think you need to wait.
Yeah, we can just do a round without him, see what happens.
Well,
There's no guarantee that he'll be able to connect anyways.
Yeah.
all right. Then let's start. Damage. All right, I'm in.
You know, when you weren't here, I tried to put the damage per touch. I tried to put it on 30, and for some reason, there's a big difference between 30 and 40. At 30, I couldn't kill anything, and then at 40, I feel like, yeah, they die very easily.
With the multipliers, I'm not sure, but I believe the
Oh.
default value for damage is 5, right, Binzy?
Yeah, it's pretty low, like 5. I think we should go 500.
500?
500. If that's
Here we go again.
picks up,
Come on, Maya, help me. Help.
I'll help you.
Alright, 500.
Taunting you
Okay.
as well.
Dude, at 500, what if
Oh, he's
what
really,
if
really taunting you now.
what if he starts killing
I
us?
killed
Oh, you
him.
got him. Okay.
One of my proud moments. What am I gonna do next? Alright. Save old battle royale. And equal that party. Alright guys, you could hop back in.
Man, I really wish we had more little dragonlings in here. I feel like this would be very fun if there was like 30, 30 little dragonlings you gotta chase.
Like any MMO.
I want to see like a flock of dragons, a flock of dragonlings running away from the dragons.
Hey Binzy, ever thought about adding like a boss raid for Rune Infinite, like just an event? Because people
Infinite or
really like
Evolution?
for Infinite.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
against
I know,
Maiev.
I know. We're planning to have like a mini boss or like a level wherein someone would attack you, like an NPC or a monster would be attacking you. But thinking that
No. It's gotta be like an event, you know. It's like everybody against Maiev, you know. We have like a weekly event where we all
that
have to
that
fight
could work too.
Maiev.
That could work too.
We have to fight a super buffed up version of Maiev.
That
That could
sounds
work too.
awesome. But he's just gonna flash around,
I
right?
like
He's gonna
that.
run
he's just
away.
gonna run away and make everybody
No,
miserable.
if I'm super buff, because you know when I'm playing Infinite against Panda, I have to do some stuff like that because of my ping.
Yeah, okay, so blame the ping.
But if you're super buff, and the enemies are like 3 or 4 hits, then no,
Yeah,
why play defensively?
he's gonna stay right there and fight until he loses one health bar, like one slab of his health bar, and then he just start running around like crazy.
No, actually no. He's gonna spawn camp us, and you can see, and like we need a face cam, and he'll look so happy to spawn camping us. that'll be his like.
Imagine those bosses in those RPGs, where in the first health bar keeps stacking you, and then
Yeah, I got in. Yay.
once their
Wait, you got
HP
in?
bar is
Didn't we
like,
start already?
I got
Or
it, but I can't play.
wait, what?
That's fine.
yeah,
It's fine. It's
we
fine.
started.
Okay, you probably got in after we
Yeah, like
started.
I just got it
Wow,
like
what a
this
fast
second.
round, dude! Damage per touch at 500. Oh man, this feels like old evolution, huh? At 500, they just die instantly.
Yeah, that's all.
Wow,
The
that was so
evolution for
fast.
sure.
That was like a 5 second. That was like a 5 second round. Okay.
For
I
Infinite,
can
it's
get
easy to
used to this.
imagine a raid boss, but for Evo, that would be challenging to actually get a boss in here without skills, of course, like um,
Raid
targetable
boss in
skills.
Infinite
Yeah, I feel like.
versus everyone. Yeah, that would work.
I mean, I don't really. I mean, how would you do it in Evo? Because
How would I do it?
without skills,
There's
because well,
Like a very big
with
drake.
what we
Like
have right now, it needs to be a creature like an octopus coming from over an edge,
why an
right?
octopus?
So
we have
bear
dragons,
with me.
then
Bear with
then
me. It can't be a dragon. It cannot. It doesn't fit with what I'm thinking. It has to be an octopus or something with tentacles.
Alright.
Uh,
Octopus raid boss.
octopus raid boss, and you can also only see its head, and it
I'll
has
start
its
around.
tentacles spread on a ledge, and those tentacles attack. Right. So your purpose is you do damage as long as you are close enough to the head or to the tentacles. So it's damage by proximity. And when the tentacles attack, you're gonna see some red flickering or something, like in any MMO, when it shows you that damage is gonna be there. And if you don't move, you die, right? And the further away you go from the point of impact, the lower the damage you're gonna get.
Okay, so
Right,
yeah,
so-
you have to. So it's like a dodging thing, right? You have to maneuver around the
Yeah.
tentacles. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
it'll be dragons against a tiny octopus.
Now it's gonna be a
Be tiny. It
huge.
should be a big octopus.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, a big,
If it's
a big, a big octopus. Yeah. Okay, so Chaos Mist does take all
All
three
the
rounds so
rounds.
far. Yep, he is actually just impossible to catch. I don't know. Actually, I think he's very good at making himself like not look appetizing. You know, like I don't have names on, so I always end up killing him last. He's always like the ones that like he avoids me really well, I guess. At least compared to Disco. Disco, I feel like is always like in my sights.
You're just naturally drawn to me, I think.
It's like a banner.
I guess so.
Yeah, let's go. You should hide from Panda. Oh.
How does Sassy Boy starve?
I don't know. There you go. It's back. Alright, let's start the fourth round.
Who knew the natural enemies of dragons are octopussies?
Octopi.
Wrote in
Octopi or
chat.
octopussies?
I think it's octopi. It should be
Yeah,
octopussy,
octopi.
shouldn't it?
I
That
feel,
doesn't sound right, Panda.
why not?
Just say it's a kraken.
See, it's always Disco. Like I don't even know how. Like see, it's always
so-
Chaos Smith is always the last one. I don't like. He actually just like knows how to avoid me, I guess.
I mean, there is a big arrow that shows where you are.
I
What if
guess so,
somebody
but-
streaming? What if somebody streaming Evo? We can make them a mini boss. They drop a Zod when killed,
Ooh.
max once per day or something. They just need to ping us in Telegram. I could probably automate this. Ideas, Binzy. Sounds really interesting.
Hmm. Interesting. So if you want to be an octopus, you have to stream Evo.
I mean, it's just an empowered form, right?
I
It's
mean
a
that would be
mini-boss.
that would be very interesting. Yeah, if there's a thing that makes it so that like if you stream you're that would be interesting. So instead of
Right.
instead of Maiev being the event boss in Infinite, you just pick random streamers.
That would be better.
And just imagining Tyler
Wait,
One screaming
Did I just
at
kill
the,
Disco
the
instantly?
screen.
Before Wait, what? Wait, I killed Disco when he was supposed to have wait, what? Okay, I don't know.
I'm dead.
Oh, Chaos Smith actually got killed this time. So Sassy Boy is our last winner.
Those rounds are quick, aren't they?
They really are so fast with damage at 500. It's actually just like old Evo. They just die instantly.
Alright, so are we done? Are we doing more Evo rounds? Or...
I mean, I guess we're done. I didn't expect it to go by that fast, but you know, I guess now we know that yeah, just increase the damage to absurd numbers if we want to have fast rounds.
Alright, then I would be restarting the servers.
Server is rebooting in 10 seconds. Did you type that?
No. It's an automated response.
Sure, don't give them a lot of time. It's just 10 seconds.
That's how Binzy programmed it. Alright.
Thing is, we don't restart them for fun, do we?
Get the fuck on.
Okay, cool. Well,
Get off my fucking lawn. Did you guys settle the discussion about tomatoes and strawberries? Did you pick it up?
what? Tomatoes and strawberries? What do you mean?
That was
Which
like
one is that?
2 weeks ago.
Are we comparing fruits?
Yeah, but-
or- okay. So
Yeah, but
strawberries
we
are
could-
definitely a fruit. There's no way anybody can argue that strawberries aren't a fruit, right?
There you go with the I now Google it.
What? Google is strawberry a fruit? There's no way it's not a fruit.
It
What
is
is- what
just-
is-
we actually have a
what?
new like a Twitch function,
We have a new what?
React function. Is there like there's a React button now on Twitch? Is this new?
Where?
Near the follow and follow.
Oh, you're right. There's a
So-
React. Wait, what does that do?
I don't know.
Try it.
So
I
strawberries are in the family of the rose.
What?
Yes.
Strawberries are
That's why I brought
roses?
it up because, yeah, they're in the rose family. It's like the first thing you when you Google it, like strawberry. You don't even have to say if it's a fruit or not. It says that out of the bat, right?
Hold on. I don't know. I'll
So-
Google it on stream. Let's see.
So I'm having a look. Apparently, eggplants, tomatoes, and avocados are berries. The strawberry is colloquially known as a false fruit, and is actually a multiple fruit which consists of many tiny individual fruits embedded in a fleshy receptacle.
I'm getting a different result.
That
So
means it's
my
a
first
fruit.
result.
It's saying that those brownish or whitish specks, which are commonly considered seeds, those are the true fruits, called achenes, and each of them surrounds a tiny seed. So actually, the little seeds that you eat, there's a coating on that. That is the berry, and then you eat the seed.
So
And-
basically, it is a fruit, right? But it's
Well,
more than just a fruit.
No, it's lots of fruit. It's like getting a bunch of grapes and eating the whole thing in one, like in a cartoon.
But that's
still a fruit,
that's
but-
still a fruit, though. You can't say it's not a fruit.
Well, I guess it is. But
It's
then
way further away from the traditional fruit that any of
Mm.
us was thinking.
it's not a single fruit that you eat,
Okay.
is it? Like you don't have lots of. You wouldn't pick all the seeds off. Or
I see a
the
thing that
fruit off
says-
the strawberry and then eat all of those individually.
I see a
So
thing
I
that says,
guess-
"Why is strawberry a nut?" Is strawberry a nut?
I
don't
mean,
think
I
so.
wouldn't.
Oh no, the small seeds are nuts.
What?
There you go.
What?
No, I'm getting the
What does Wikipedia
small
say?
seeds are fruits. They're not nuts.
Okay, but nuts are fruits, are they not?
No. they're
What?
nuts.
They're seeds. No, they're seeds.
Yeah.
Wait, so what are nuts?
Seeds.
Yeah.
So nuts are
they-
seeds.
usually-
And then
They're the inner part of the seeds. So what we eat as nuts, that's usually the core of the actual seed.
Why does Google says nuts are actually fruits?
Think about walnuts, right? We're eating the inside of a nut, of a seed, basically, because a walnut is a seed.
Oh my
What? Nuts are actually fruit. What the heck? What's going on?
god. What?
That's what I saw.
What? I just heard Maiev say that, and sure enough, a nut's fruit. Nuts are actually fruits, apparently. They're defined as dry, single-seeded fruits that have high oil content.
We're learning a lot.
Incredible.
We're learning a lot. You know
Bunch of
what?
fruits,
I feel like we need
bunch of
to
nuts.
like integrate ChatGPT into the stream.
I don't trust ChatGPT on this topic.
Why not?
I don't trust it. I don't know.
So
You have not
strawberry
been a bit respectful, Alex. I've been a good Binzy.
are tomatoes a fruit?
Nuts are fruits.
You should
Okay.
watch your language, Alex. Be
So-
more
What?
respectful. I will give you one of three options.
Yes.
Wait, what are the three options?
You could, Alex. I'm not a very good IA. You don't know your ideas.
I mean, modern AI should be built for trading, emails, and all the bullshit you want to deal with online. But when it comes to fruits, I want to talk to a human being about it. I want to talk about a biologist. I don't want to talk to an AI about it. Right? I don't trust it.
Then AI just collates all of that information, doesn't it? And then just regurgitates it back to you.
I feel like if an AI would know anything, it would know that a strawberry is or isn't a fruit. I feel like that's a very important thing for AI to know.
I've seen people
asked it.
arguing with ChatGPT about cars, which are very hard to get wrong, right? There's a ton of information. And it got model numbers, dates, and engine options wrong. And I know the guy that
Wait,
got into a fight with ChatGPT on the topic.
tomatoes are legally vegetables.
What?
Wait, there's an entire like court case about it.
So they're legally vegetables, even though they are botanically.
What? How does that work? Can you just determine whether something can what?
Because it's America. Doesn't matter what the
Yeah.
science says.
Can the
if
Supreme
they wanna
Court
ma-
just like
Yeah.
call something? Huh, interesting.
all in the name of freedom, right?
Interesting. Is there any other substances that we need to ask whether it's a fruit or a vegetable? Commonly mistaken.
Program
That-
humility into
Fruits commonly mistaken as
program
vegetables.
humility into being right because like it doesn't know that it's wrong, but it is wrong, like Alex was saying, right? I think the reason they probably did that was because you have like senior citizens like asking at things, and then you want to be a little bit more forceful, but it just went off the wire, too forceful. You have it, Alex, right? Can you ask it what it says? You're
Bing
struggling?
or ChatGPT?
Yeah, ChatGPT. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so fruits commonly
well-
mistaken as vegetables: tomatoes, peppers, beans, peas, avocados, squash, zucchini, cucumbers, olives, corn, pumpkins, and nuts. So those are all fruits, apparently.
Pumpkins are fruits? Oh, yeah,
I
makes
guess
sense.
pumpkins are fruits. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. But like, I don't know. I feel like beans don't seem like fruits to me. And I guess peppers don't really seem like fruits to me. The other ones I can kind of get.
No, because peppers are quite sweet, aren't they?
They are. Yeah.
Peas are
And corn.
vegetables?
Is corn like corn? I don't think of corn as a fruit either.
No, I wouldn't think of that as a
I
fruit.
think that's because it's like they're genetically modified to have a higher content, so you think it's a fruit. But it's like bananas weren't as sweet as they used to be, right? So they're different.
Man, I haven't had a banana in so long. I need some bananas.
You're definitely going to see genetically modified peppers that are like super sweet, pretty near future.
There's one thing I want to ask everyone here. Is it true that the US did not move on the metric standard because there was a ship that sank with the weights required to establish that to establish the scale? Right,
What?
because in order for
That was 'cause they
kilogram
didn't
to
like
be
the
1
British.
kilogram, yeah, in order for 1 kilogram to be 1 kilogram, you need a universal measurement tool, and that's usually a weight that's established that's 1 kilogram, right? And if you want to calibrate your weighing device and you want to be 100% certain that that's the correct way to do it, you actually take that weight and you calibrate your scale with that weight because it's like the
Right.
base source of truth.
Right.
And yeah, I've heard that the British sent this weight and for meter and kilogram, and the ship sank. So yeah, the Americans just said fuck it after that ship sank. And according to ChatGPT, strawberries are fruits, not vegetables. But wait for it. In botanical terms, strawberries are also considered a fruit because they develop from the ovary of a flower and contains seeds. And why is this the best result I've ever gotten from ChatGPT? Why?
Because
It's short.
Knew that you were trying to catch it out.
It's listening. It's
Wait.
short. It's to the point, and it actually answers both issues we're having.
Wait, do flowers have ovaries?
Panda?
Yeah. So the pollen gets usually ingested. You know, the birds and the bees go to a flower, have a little feed around, have a little dance, little waggle, get covered in pollen. They go to the next flower, and they do the same thing. But then that flower takes some of the pollen in, and usually feeds it in. I can't remember the scientific name, but through some tubes, essentially in the branches down through to the central bit to then pregnate the flower. They extract the kind of semen from the pollen. When the
How about
butterfly goes to the
rice?
flower, it gives sugar.
Is rice a
Rice.
fruit or a
Rice.
vegetable?
It's a
It's
grain.
not like it's
It
not
is
a
a grain.
vegetable
Yeah.
nor a flower. Yeah, it's a grain.
I tell you what, actually, because you showed the court case bit, it does remind me of an interesting court case. I don't know if you've got a treat called a Jaffa cake over in the US, but essentially it's like a soft kind of cakey bottom, bit of like orange marmalade on top, and then coated in chocolate. And the name's called a Jaffa cake, but they argued that it was a biscuit because a couple of decades ago they brought in at the time a biscuit tax.
Okay, woo.
Sorry, a cake tax. So cakes
Yeah.
were charged VAT and biscuits weren't, I think, or something like that.
Okay. We're gonna have to define
so
what a
to-
biscuit is.
So to avoid indeed. So to avoid that, they then had to define and prove that it was indeed a biscuit and not a cake. And how do you tell the difference between a biscuit and a cake? It's all to do with what happens when it goes stale. So a biscuit is hard and will go soft when stale, and a cake is soft and will go hard when stale. And because it goes hard, they therefore proved that it was indeed a cake, and therefore weren't applicable to the biscuit tax, because they're always found, although they're called Jaffa cakes, they're always found in the biscuit aisle because you eat them like biscuits because they kind of look like them. So
See?
yeah,
Okay.
And that's exactly why Lay's are biscuits. Lay's chips.
Wait, what?
I guess you could.
Lay's chips, they
you
go
could consider
soft.
that,
They go
couldn't you?
soft? Or do they really?
Yeah. Yeah, crisps go slightly soft if you don't eat them.
What? No, what?
Yeah, if you open a packet
They
of
do,
crisps
no,
and just
they
eat
do.
them, they do go soft.
They don't get harder; they get softer for
do they,
sure.
Do they really
Mm.
get softer? I don't remember ever eating a soft chip. I mean, I guess they do. They kind
You
of
haven't had
feel
a
like
stale chip?
soggy-ish, right? Like, I guess I know what you mean. Okay, but Disco, what is a biscuit to you?
What is a biscuit to me?
Yeah.
A biscuit would be like a bourbon. So no, yeah, that looks like a biscuit.
Like
There's
this,
got
right?
Rich tea, digestive there, yeah.
So this is a
It can be
biscuit.
baked.
No,
Pavement as well.
that's a scone.
What?
That's a scone or a scone.
It's a scrum.
So this isn't a
Scone.
biscuit to you. This is not a biscuit.
No, that's not a biscuit. That's a scone.
Okay, so is this a biscuit to
There
you?
was there's a look. You got the biscuits, the chocolate ones, and that round one. Yeah, that's a biscuit.
So this is a biscuit. So
Good rich tea.
so what you're saying is you were asking you were talking about whether it was a cake or a cookie, not a biscuit, a cookie, right?
No. Quite clearly, a biscuit. There was a biscuit tax applied, right? Not a cookie tax. Those are biscuits. That's a rich tea biscuit.
See,
It says it on the
Panda,
thing.
that's a
Rich tea
biscuit.
biscuit. They're round and they're biscuity.
So what's the
No,
difference between a
it's
cookie and a
written.
biscuit?
It's written in there.
It's what? Oh, it is written
says
on
in there
here.
it's a
You're
biscuit.
right.
If you
Okay,
if
so
you search for a Jaffa cake, and then you'll see why this
What?
this debate took place.
what is this called? What is this called where you're at?
That
Because here it's called a
that's a mu-
sausage
that's
biscuit.
That's a muffin.
Yeah.
No, the muffin is something else.
Yeah, it's also called
This one
muffin.
is a muffin. This is a muffin. It's different.
Oh yeah, well that's a scone then.
These photos, no one had ever gotten something like that.
One. This
McDonald's.
is bread overall.
Never.
They're like crumbly, yeah. Like hard and crumbly, not a muffin.
I mean, this
Yeah,
isn't what I would
they're
call a
definitely not
muffin.
biscuits.
This one is like kind of crumbly, but it's not hard. It's like soft and crumbly kind of.
Well,
Yeah,
then the
Okay.
soft and
question
crumbly.
is,
That's a scone.
Okay,
what
how do you
what
spell the cake
happens to
thing?
it?
Jaffa.
Jaffa
So
cake.
Jaffa.
Oh, it's this thing.
Yes. So as you can see, they are kind of biscuit shaped, aren't they? If you actually know what a biscuit is, and don't call it cookie. And because they're sold in the biscuit aisles, they then had to go to court against the government and argue that they are not biscuits; they are indeed cakes. And you know that because they go hard on the bottom. So it's got like a bit of cake on the bottom, a bit of orange marmalade covered in chocolate. So classic.
That is a condensed cupcake, is what that is.
It really does,
Condensed
yeah.
cupcake. I suppose, yeah, it kind of is. There you go. should we draw some room words?
Alright, sure. Sure. Okay, so what are we crafting today, guys?
Because that is making me really hungry, and I've already had like 3 takeaways today.
3?
Yeah, I was really hungover, and I had like a 6-hour drive back. Luckily, being driven and not driving, so I was
Damn.
able to sleep like for a lot of it.
Where'd you go?
So yeah, I had a
6
McDonald's.
hours?
I had some
God.
noodles. I got loads of sandwiches from the shop, and I'm getting hungry again just looking at those pictures of McDonald's and biscuits.
I went to McDonald's today. They got my order wrong, and I was very sad. Alright, guys, what are we crafting? Maiev, what's it gonna be today?
Still say Windfall. Keep
Uh.
crafting Windfall to look at the red one.
Okay,
Sacrifice
well,
cells
I guess we're
so
gonna be
boring.
always on Windfall. So for Windfall, I do believe we are gonna need more ist. We only have 9 right now. So if you guys could send over some ist, and hopefully we have enough BNB.
Binzy,
Can you refresh?
You know, you can actually tell that a person is coming from a country with a very long history when they can make such a case about biscuits and scones and cookies. I'll bet your ass that any emerging country has one word for like 6 things, right? It's only the Brits, Germans, and some Chinese countries that are old enough to have differentiating terms for all of this, right?
It just came because one guy was very picky, and he only wanted, one of them,
But
not
those,
all of them.
but those who are from those countries will confuse those who are from those emerging countries, right? Because they would
I mean,
literally.
Okay, wait.
Life's way
Disco.
simpler.
Do you have a different word between hard ice cream and soft ice cream?
No, I
What?
guess like you do get.
What's soft ice cream? Oh, you mean
I
soft serve
guess
ice
traditionally it gets called a Mr. Whippy because they
a
were
Mr.
like-
Mr. Whippy.
yeah. or a 99 because the brand was like a Mr.
Come on.
Whippy, and then they used to get the 99 flake.
But this
Because
is
it's
The
a bit
grid
hard
is
to
sound
strategy
right?
different here.
It's like Mr. Whippy. Sounds modern.
Yeah, I mean this is
Not like
going
what
back some decades
Alex
ago.
is talking about.
Oh
When it
my
originated.
God.
Yeah, or a 99 flake.
We call
'cause
hard
that
ice cream
would be
here
99p.
Mr. Hard.
Mr.
Yeah,
Hard?
chocolate flake. Mr. Hard.
I almost
hard
don't.
serve.
I don't want to Google Mr. Hard.
Dude, enable safe search. What the hell is wrong with you?
If you get
Oh
it
my
like a lot
God.
of, if you want the lemon flavor, it's Hub Lemon Party. So you just search Mr. Hard Lemon Party.
I'll do it. I don't
Oh,
care.
no.
I'm fearless
Oh
today.
no.
Lemon party. Images.
Oh wait, I can't craft it. I have to do the stream elements giveaway. What am I doing?
Google will protect you. Don't worry.
I don't know. The safe search can
Not the
sometimes be
wobble rest
questionable.
anymore.
I got one image that's interesting. It says, right? Sick of gas prices? www.lemonparty.org. All right, that's where we're heading. www.lemonparty.org. Is this where I find the answer to Binzy's riddle? Oh, Jesus Christ. No.
Oh my god, that riddle. That
You'll
riddle.
find some answer there. That's for sure.
Don't Google it. Don't.
Are you still screen
Alex is
sharing,
permanently
Alex?
damaged.
I've seen worse.
Alex, don't go into the tunnel.
The tunnel ended.
Did you know? I wonder. Do you think?
You know what's horrible though?
Hmm.
Somebody said that to me when I was like 12
Oh my god.
on MSN. playing games.
MSN. Oh man, dude. Do you think people? Do you think like people growing up now knows what like? I don't know. What was I guess like 2 girls 1 cup. Do you think people growing up now
I
will
mean,
even know what that
that's-
is?
That's new.
It's self-explanatory here.
Is it?
What was that website called with all the gore?
There's only so
and
many
all
things
the-
can happen with 2 girls.
What? I mean,
Oh, there was a website
with the decapitations.
yeah,
What?
yeah,
what?
With
Loads
shotgun
of, like,
suicides.
just the goriest.
Why would? That...
What was the name?
Okay, I don't even know about that, but I don't think I want to know about that.
Yeah, in tech class, all the boys will gather around one computer and we would surf that website, and it was only shotgun
what?
suicides, helicopter suicides. I mean, killings, and
What?
it was
Yeah,
extremely
like
gory.
legs getting mandled in train
What?
accidents. And
What?
yeah, it was
What are
quite-
you guys doing?
as a teen?
Oh
as
my
a teenage
God.
They went
boy,
under,
you
they're
know,
closed.
that's quite interesting.
Dude, what are you
we
guys
really
doing?
went under.
What are you guys doing in class over there, man? Wasn't that a
Oh, we
subreddit?
really went
Not
under.
learning, just not
Live
about
Week?
the subject at hand.
Yeah.
Guess
No,
classrooms
it was
way back
before
then
Live
have,
Week.
like protective firewalls.
What was the
right?
name?
For those kinds of things, you can literally like search anything.
Yeah, so now those things are banned.
Yeah,
right?
probably.
There's no way to post images like that on your website, and for a
Yeah.
good reason. But yeah, when we were doing this at school, right? So no browser block. It was quite well known at the time. And it was like just 10 kids and 1 PC just going through the images, like hardening our minds,
Jesus Christ,
exposing
dude.
it to all
Ugh.
that shit. So yeah, that's something that I hope my kid will never see.
I don't even like seeing gore in games, honestly.
Yeah, see that?
Yeah, I think that's one level of expression that we don't really need, you know? And I think we as a society have realized that, like, we don't need Maiev. It doesn't give us any benefit in life.
Yeah, there's no upside to it. If there is somebody that needs to be trained by that, it needs to be trained from research that's not public. Right? You build that resource and you hold it for those cases if there are any. But even then, why do you use it? Right? I've seen bodies in anatomy class, quite a few of them, but the whole context changes because as soon as you gather around the body, there's a teacher explaining you stuff, and you're focused on the element that you're talking about, be it a muscle, a bone, or whatever, nerve, and you're following a nerve throughout the body, right? So it's a lesson that whatever is on the table is not a human anymore. But even of Live League, there was a text next to it about what happened during that accident. So there was even a story and a name associated to the image. So it was actually traumatizing. But yeah, good thing we don't have that anymore, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, that reminds me of, like, Miyazaki. His recent, like, tweets, or there's a video about him slamming AI. And like one of the first things that they show him, one of the first use cases for AI is like just this creepy ass zombie. And it just, yeah, it's like just really fucking creepy. There's no use for it, right? Now it's like, we're going to use AI to make death look more real. For some reason, they thought this was what to be proud of, to show Miyazaki. Yeah, and I think we need to kind of get our priorities straight for what the value of these things are.
Yeah, we need our
If-
AI to tell us whether strawberries are fruit or vegetable. That's the highest priority, guys.
But in my personal opinion, if you are a leading project in the AI industry, at least when you have a product at the scale of OpenAI Chat, I don't think you have your priorities set, right? I always think about these CEOs and these creators that in 10 years, they're gonna release a statement saying, sorry, I did not know what I was doing. Exactly like the inventor of the Hiroshima bomb. And there was one other thing another example that I'm missing, right? Their intention was to move the world forward, but they did not think about all the use cases that technology could have had. Right? I think that's exactly where Midjourney CEO is and OpenAI CEO. So they're trying to do good, but it might blow up, right? It might lead into something that's not exactly useful to humanity. We'll see if it's gonna be better or worse than nuclear power.
Hey, Twitch chat,
Well,
press the
actually,
react button and let us know what it does. Because I have no idea what the react thing does.
I actually came to a really obvious answer to this. Like there's a lot of reasons to be scared of the future, but I realized that humanity's immune system essentially is that, when things become uncontrollable, we just burn shit down.
Yes.
So that's it, At some point, it might become an issue in our lives, but we'll just burn shit down and we'll start from scratch.
Wait, what are we talking
Yeah, we do
about?
have a tendency to reset.
Are we talking about robots like taking over the world?
It doesn't matter what technology it
AI,
is.
robots,
Yeah, AI taking over the world?
whatever. Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, like, for example,
Fusion.
like the government's taking more of a role in our lives, and corporations as well, right? And they put us out of work, and at some point, let's say 80% of the population is out of work or they're doing useless work. We just burn shit down, and then we find meaning in our lives again, building from scratch.
Yeah, great. It'll be like well,
It's said
Life in
that
Binzy's eyes.
you need at least 90 years before a new conflict emerges in that area after a while of peace, because you need 2 generations to pass so that people forget how hard things are when there is an actual war going on, right? So that's a good reason to think that this war conflict can escalate, because our generations, at least in the developed countries, did not actually live through a big conflict. And a majority of the population, they might not be afraid of the idea they're going to war. When our
200%.
grandparents are very afraid, and they know what happened, what's happening there, right? There's no more laws, there's food scarcity, there's no more progress, there's a lot of sadness all over the place, and yeah, loss of life.
has it been 90 years
Actually,
since the last war?
there's very few people that are still alive that experienced World War II. So we're actually
Yeah.
at that generation within the next 20 years or so.
Oh, great. Yay. That's what I like to
No,
hear.
we are on the cusp of a bigger conflict, because our generation doesn't know what it's like, and history is definitely not something that you're hard pressed to learn, right? We're moving away from learning things that you can Google, and history is like the first thing you can Google, right?
Well,
And you don't
even
need.
then, it's like, well, what did we learn? Like, in history, America kicked ass, and that's it. You know, if there's a problem, America's gonna kick ass again, right? So why not? Let's go. World War III time.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a mentality.
I mean, the world is also more interconnected than before, so who knows?
I mean, it's not like censorship is not working. It's not imposed as much in the US, but look at China and Russia, right? There's extreme censorship there, and it feels it's something that you can feel from over here. How do they react, and what's required for them to actually revolt?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close the giveaway. It's been running on for quite a long time. Do
Yeah,
our
sure
5
thing.
winners. Let's see who we get. Sassy Boy, Hotaru, Merkai is nice, Alex,
I had the
and
7% just a minute, Jesus.
Maiev.
No disco.
Yeah,
Nope.
no disco,
At
unfortunately.
about, I think similar to Maiev, probably at about 25%.
Yeah, Maiev. I mean, disco did enter with the
That's your
most
luck.
amount of tickets, and he did not
Wasn't
win.
able to enter last week's stream. So thanks something.
Okay, so Chaos Smith did again dominate most of Evolution. Gets a good amount of entries, and got our winners from the wheel. Okay, that's 10 people. We should be good. Here we go.
One chaos down. 2 to go.
There's, I think, at
Three
least
more to
3
go.
more. Yeah, at least 3 more.
3 more.
No, it's too early.
We're being hunted down by the wheel.
What was that? Is that your alarm?
Alarm.
Is
Yeah.
that always?
That is horrendous.
World
that
War
alarm.
III.
Yeah, I feel. I feel like waking up to that sound, like,
It's annoying, but it wakes me up.
I guess
I would
I feel like
smash that phone.
Yeah. I need something a bit more like enlightening or like cheerful.
Yeah.
At least
help
at
me.
first, right? A
Yeah.
crescendo, you know, like birds
If
singing,
you're full of warm, then
and rain
won't
and
be waking
water.
up.
Yeah, but
Maybe as your like third or fourth alarm or something, have that one.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
to-
like the
to
you
really
have
remind
you
us,
have to get up.
Yeah.
Doesn't work anymore. All my alarm sounds like that.
Okay, here we go. Guns N'
Yeah,
Roses,
but-
welcome to the jungle.
If I have like a cheerful alarm or something like soothing, like rain or birds chirping, it would sound like a lullaby to me. I would just fall asleep even more.
Dude, your alarm. You
Yeah,
know,
that shit doesn't work.
your alarm reminds me of like, have you guys ever played Smash? Have you ever played Adventure Mode on Smash? There's like a thing where like, I think a planet is blowing up and you have to escape it. It makes, I swear to God, it makes the exact same sound. I always think it's that.
Let me go ahead and check what that alarm is called.
Yeah, now that you say it.
We got Chaos Miss Sassy Boy and Merkai is nice.
Or like 007 GoldenEye.
Merka. Oh, it's Merka is nice. Or it's Merkai is nice.
So on iOS, it says its name is Alarm.
Yeah.
If you guys want
Okay, bro.
the
Okay,
same alarm
bro.
as mine, So if you're using iOS, just go to Classic and then choose Alarm. That would be good.
I think the only thing I missed from iOS for like alarms was that you could customize the vibration and everything. So you could do like a totally random thing. Can't do that with Android.
I feel like on Android, I don't. Maybe I'm actually just turning off the alarm in my sleep. But I feel like if you sleep through like it ringing like long enough, it just turns off. It doesn't keep ringing.
Yeah, it does snooze for, I think, it rings for a couple of minutes and then it auto snoozes
Yeah.
depending on your settings.
Isn't that kind of
But
fucked?
it'll only do that for like 3 times, I think.
Isn't that kind of fucked? Why would it do that? It should keep ringing. I need to wake up. If I have an alarm, I need to wake up.
Just
No, I like
get
it.
up
I
when
like
your
it
alarm
so
goes off
much.
then.
I have to end
No, I
up.
like snoozing.
I have to end up setting like a bunch of alarms just so that doesn't happen. You know.
That's what the snooze button's for.
Yeah, same. I have 3 alarms for Android.
Am I such a light sleeper? I mean, I plan my alarms to snooze, right? So I put them 15 minutes before I want to get up, so I get 3 snooze.
I mean, okay. I feel like I have to be prepared to wake up. You know what I mean? Like if you're prepared to wake up, then you can wake up. But if you go to sleep without trying to wake up, I feel like you'll just sleep through everything. At least that's how it is with me. Like I feel like I can mentally tell the time whenever I'm asleep.
I know if I don't have
Yeah,
to
see-
get up, then I'm quite efficient at sleeping in forever.
I'm like that
So I
broken
wasn't
version of
gonna go.
Windows where you put in sleep and it doesn't come back up. You just keep pushing the button. You're like, unsleep, bitch. Doesn't work.
All right, we got a couple of 85%, some 84, and a bunch of 70s. Nothing above, unfortunately. It seems like I don't have a good time crafting
epics.
Windfall. Yeah, I don't. Have I gotten any? I don't know if I've gotten any. They seem to always be golden.
I think you
Got
did
it.
get 1 epic, didn't
2
you?
purples.
I might
we
have, I
already
might
got
have.
2
One.
purples.
Maybe 2.
We already
see.
got
I
2.
remember 1.
We already got 2. I won the first one,
Oh, that's why you
and
remember.
then the second one was Stassi Boy.
I
Remember
see.
when I did the chanting thing?
Well, he does get another pretty good one again. Man, it's
If
been.
you go to the catalog, you can probably see.
Right, we have that.
Where is it?
It's catalog /
Go to the
Robert
bottom of
Snyder.
craft. Then go to catalog.
Am I blind? Oh.
Item catalog and trade.
So it's on trade on the left side under item catalog. Yeah, there. Just search for Windfall.
Am
I don't
blind
think
or
it
do I
got
see
added to the
Windfall?
list. So the bottom.
Control F.
Yeah. Details.
Do I
And then the
click on
bottom
the
of this
right
page.
thing? Ah, there we go. Wait, those are just examples. Ah, there we go. We got 5 so far.
All right.
96. There's a 96.
Yeah, the highest is 96. I don't think
Next one is what?
93. I think we probably got the
I
93
think-
on stream.
I think I own the 96.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Did we do the 96 on stream? I don't think so, right?
we did.
We did? Oh man.
So close to mythic.
Wow, there's only 3 that's under. That's 10%
Yeah, I
or
own the
under.
96.
Cool.
I've got
It's-
2 of the epics. I've got the 93. I've got 2 93s.
Nice.
I did a batch of 100 I think it was during that I picked them up.
Man.
I don't know if there were changes in the formula, but I recall that this 96 has like a 30% magic, right?
28%. Man, it's been so many crafts. Still no mythic, unfortunately. It will happen one day, but maybe not in our lifetimes, honestly. Alright, I guess it is time to wrap up for the stream. Reminder, next week is going to be Rune Royale. It'll be the end of the Rune Evolution stream as well. Yeah, outside of that, I guess that's basically all we got for you guys today. Anybody else have anything you guys would like to add before we hop off?
Not for this week, no. Apart from I'm hungry now, so thanks again, Panda. Do this to me every week. Every week, I think I should go to sleep, but I leave the stream really hungry, and I probably need to go and eat something now.
Yeah, it's time for a biscuit. Think so?
I'll get a scone.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you,
everybody for watching. Have a good night,
Thanks,
everybody.
Thanks.
Strawberries are fruits. Good night.
Within fruits.
Fruits within fruit.
Good night, everybody.
Night.